partner. Mediators scramble to avert all-out war. Lebanese Hamas will not join Gaza ceasefire talk. Show cancelled over Gaza remarks and error. These and many more stories to come your way in a bit. Please stay tuned. On the news in details, we begin with Africa. French court has authorized the seizure of 3 jets from Nigeria's presidential fleet following a contractual dispute between Zhongshan, a Chinese company, and the Ogun state government. The jets seized include a Dassault Falcon 7X at Le Bourget Airport in Paris, a Boeing 737 and an undelivered Airbus 330. At Basel-Melhouse Airport in Switzerland. The dispute stems from the Ogun state government's termination of Zhongshan's export processing zone management contract in 2016, leading to a legal battle. An independent arbitral tribunal, chaired by a former president of the UK Supreme Court, awarded $74.5 million to Zhongshan. However, the Ogun state government has failed to honor the award, recent confiscation of Nigerian-owned properties in Liverpool, England, in connection with the same dispute. Zhongshan secured charging orders against properties valued between 1.3 euros and 1.3 of international concern, the highest level of alarm under international health law. The African Centers for Disease Control and Prevention declared the outbreak a public health emergency of continental security on Tuesday, the first of such agency since its inception in 2017. Since the beginning of the year, more than 17,000 mpox cases and more than 500 deaths have been reported in 13 countries in Africa. According to the Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, which classifies the outbreak as a very high-risk event. The highest number of cases, more than 14,000, is in the DRC, which reported 96% of confirmed cases this month. Mpox, formerly known as monkeypox, is a viral disease that can spread easily between people and from infected animals. It can spread through close contact, such as touching, kissing, or sex, as well as through contaminated materials like, according to World Health Organization. Symptoms include a fever, a painful rash, headache, muscle and back pain, low energy, and enlarged lymph nodes. People in Botswana have reacted with outrage on social media after the government asked citizens to donate money to reward the country's historic gold medal winning Olympic team. The fund will be a way for citizens to honor the athletes by contributing rewards to our champions, said the government in a statement on Monday. Letsie Tabogo brought glory to Botswana after he became the first African athlete to win the men's 200 meter at the Olympics, bringing home the country's first ever gold medal. But the government's request for donations has halted celebrations for some who question why their taxes aren't being used to reward the Olympians. The Botswana did not respond to requests by newsmen for comment, and Africa, due to a nationality role, has accepted an invitation to participate in Miss Universe Nigeria. Ms. Adeshina contested in this year's Miss South Africa but pulled out after she found herself the target of a xenophobic backlash. Despite being a South African citizen, people question her eligibility because her father is Nigerian and her mother is Mozambican roots. Meanwhile, the Home Affairs Department investigated her at the behest of the Miss South Africa organizers and said Miss Adesina's mother may have committed identity fraud to get South African nationality. After this, Miss Adesina made the difficult decision to leave the competition for her family's safety and well-being last Thursday. Following that, Miss Universe Nigeria extended an invitation and asked Miss Adesina to compete, as they said her journey in the world of pageantry is far from over. It is unclear if Miss Adesina has Nigerian nationality. The winner of Miss Universe Nigeria will represent the country at the In testimony given from Spain, she described how she had allegedly suffered psychological threats and physical aggression and accused Mr. Fernandez of forcing her to have an abortion. However, Fernandez denies all the accusations. He is banned from leaving the country while the investigation takes place on Wednesday. Prosecutor Ramiro Gonzalez made an official submission to court, asking for charges to be brought against the former president. The investigation comes after photos appearing to show Miss Yanis with a black eye and bruises were leaked on and published by local media, triggering indignation in Argentina. Mr. Fernandez rejects the accusation against him as baseless. In excerpts of an interview published earlier this week, he claimed Miss Yanis' political party, which is classed as a terrorist organization by Britain and the US, said it was acting in support of the Palestinian people. Since October, Hezbollah and shared border and killing more than 500 in Lebanon. Most of them fighters. Israeli officials says 40 people have been killed there. 26 of them were killed a senior Hezbollah commander. Israel blamed him for the killing of 12 children in a rocket attack on the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights in Syria. It's already all-out war in Gaza, where Israel has killed almost 40,000 Palestinians at last count, according to figures from the Hamas-run Wealth Ministry. Data and World Health Organization regard as incredible. Senior Hamas official told newsmen that it will not participate in the indirect talks on a Gaza ceasefire and hostage release deal due to Abdulrahman Al-Thani said in a phone call that no party in the region should take actions that would undermine efforts to reach a deal. A State Department statement said, U.S. President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris were also briefed by the National Security Team on the latest developments in the Middle East. The Israeli military launched a campaign in Gaza to destroy Hamas in response to an unprecedented attack on southern Israel on 7th of October, during which about 1,200 people were killed and 251 others were taken hostage. More than 39,960 people have been killed in Gaza since then, according to the territory's Hamas-run health ministry. Melbourne Symphony Orchestra has admitted it made an error in cancelling an acclaimed pianist performance due to comments he made on the Israel-Gaza war. On Sunday, Jason Gilham premiered a 5-minute piece called Witness, written by composer Conor Dineto, which was dedicated to the journalists of Gaza. Before starting the recital, Mr. Gilham said Israel had killed more than 100 Palestinian journalists. MSO subsequently removed the British-Australian pianist from an upcoming concert on Thursday, saying he puts them in a difficult situation. Now, the entire concert, due to be held at Melbourne Town Hall, has been cancelled due to safety concerns. MSO says they are trying to reschedule the performance. At Sunday's concert, which was held at the Iwaki Auditorium in Melbourne, Jason Gilham performed a range of other works from Beethoven to Chopin. Witness was a last-minute addition, according to the MSO. The killing of journalists is a war crime in international law, and it is done in an effort to prevent the documentation and broadcasting of war crimes to the world, Mr. Gilham claimed before starting to play Witness. In an apologetic statement on Thursday, the MSO said Melbourne Symphony Orchestra said it maintains that a concert platform is not an appropriate stage for political comment, and that they acknowledge Jason's concerns for those in the Middle East and elsewhere, adding that they recognize the strength of feelings of all parties on the matter and particularly acknowledge the dedication and commitment demonstrated by all our musicians and staff. Mr. Gilham has accepted the MSO's apology, saying his relationship with the MSO its players and audience with the highest regard and look forward to their continued working relationship in years to come, he said in a statement. Hamas-led gunmen killed about 1,200 people in an attack on Israel on 7th October, taking 251 others back to Gaza as hostages. Columbian University President Minouch Shafik has resigned from her position 4 months after the institution was rocked by campus protests over the war in Gaza. Ms. Shafik's resignation comes only a year after she took the position at a private Ivy League university in New York City, and just a few weeks before the autumn semester is due to begin. Ms. Shafik is now the third president of an Ivy League university to resign over her handling of Gaza war protests. The episode marked the first time that mass arrests had been made. U.S. college campuses have been a flashpoint for Gaza war protests since Hamas attacked Israel on 7 October and Israel's subsequent incursion into the Gaza Strip. The leaders of Harvard University, University of Pennsylvania, and the Massachusetts University of Technology all testified before the House Committee on Education and the Workforce. You're watching Atlantic Television Network. You're watching the international news on Atlantic Television Network. We will be back after this break. Please do stay with us. Welcome back to the broadcast of the international news of Atlantic Television Network. We are open for advert. We are open for advert placements, bookings, and commercials. And you can connect with us and watch us on our ATN socials. On Facebook and YouTube is Atlantic Television Network. Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1. X, formerly Twitter, Atlantic TV Net. Watch us live on our website, atlanticnetwork.tv. Now to the rest of our stories. We'll take a look at Asia now. U.S. citizens has been sentenced to 15 days in a Russian prison on charges of petty hooliganism for attacking a police officer. According to Moscow court officials, American man identified as Joe cancelled when police in the Austrian city thwarted a terror attack plot targeting one of our shows. Swift last performed her concert in front of audiences in Warsaw, Poland in the beginning of August. She was supposed to begin a 3-show stop in Vienna on August 9 when Austrian authorities say they had prevented an ISIS-inspired plot to attack one of our concerts during the leg. 3 teenagers have since been detained in connection with the investigation and are suspected for plotting a suicide attack. Investigators found a stockpile of chemicals, explosive devices, detonators, and over $20,000 in counterfeit cash at the home of the main suspect, a 19-year-old ISIS sympathizer who had been radicalized online, according to Franz Rolf, Public Security Director at Austria's Interior Ministry. Swift has yet to publicly comment on the cancellation and the terror threat, but Newsman has reached out to her representative for comment. Heightened safety measures have been kept in place as safety and security are top of mind following the Vienna cancellation. Both Wembley Stadium and London authorities have publicly outlined their plan to keep concert goers safe. London Mayor Sadiq Khan told newsmen in an interview last week that the capital city has a huge amount of experience in policing this event and that they are never complacent. A German military base near the western city of Cologne was temporarily closed on Wednesday as authorities investigated the possible sabotage of water supplies. Cologne 1 barracks employs around 5,500 people, including 4,300 soldiers and 1,200 civilians, according to German newspaper Der Spiegel. Military spokesman Ulrich Fehrenberg said that a hole was discovered in a fence leading to waterworks at the Cologne 1 barracks. The barracks have now reopened, although the drinking water system has been shut down as a precautionary measure. Fehrenberg said also on Wednesday that the security level at NATO air base in the western German town of Gelsenkirchen was raised due to a suspected case of sabotage in a similar incident to that of the Cologne wine base. Newsmen said, however, after checking the condition of the water, the air base was not sealed off, according to a NATO spokesperson. It is unclear who entered the Cologne wine barracks. Wednesday incident comes amid heightened concern that Russia could be carrying out sabotage attacks across Europe. The statement pointed to potential sabotage, acts of violence, cyber and electronic city and throughout the state on a rainy Wednesday night. Though protests were largely peaceful, they were marred by clashes between the police and a small group of unidentified men who barged into the RG Car Hospital, the site of the doctor's murder, and ransacked the emergency department. Police fired tear gas to disperse the unruly crowd. Some police vehicles were also damaged. Smaller protests were also held in many of other Indian cities like Delhi, Hyderabad, Mumbai, and Pune. In Kolkata, women marched resolutely holding placards of protest, their faces illuminated by the glow of mobile phones, candlelight, and flaming torches. Some carried India's flags. They were joined by men, both young and elderly, during the marches and at many gatherings near a university, theater, hall, and bus terminus. They stood united, holding hands as the humid air echoed with loud and powerful chants of "We want justice." But there have been accusations of cover-up and negligence. The case has since been transferred from local police to the Federal Central Bureau of Investigation. Despite scant resources, Kolkata's reclaimed the night march appeared to have been meticulously organized. In an advisory, organizers welcomed women and people from marginalized sexual and gender identities to the march. They also emphasized that politicians were not welcome and requested that no party flags be brought to the protest. It was not the first time that a Reclaim the Night march has been staged in India. Inspired by similar marches elsewhere in the world by women to assert their rights to walk in public areas without heinous northern city of Samjeon, reclusive Northern Korea sealed itself off with Mr. Kim revealing plans in July to rebuild its airport and convert a military sky base into a resort and build new railways and hotels for foreign tourists, according to state media. Mr. Kim said that at the time that plans to revitalize international tourism would be aimed at visitors from friendly nations. Mr. Okarol pointed out, however, that Samjeon's redevelopment is incomplete. Samjeon lies on the foot of North Korea's tallest mountain, Pektu, which straddles the China-North Korea border and is known for its winter attractions. Pyongyang's propaganda says the mountain is where North Korea's founder Kim Il-sung battled Japanese occupation forces and launched the revolution. He is the grandfather of current President Kim Jong-un. North Korea has only allowed Russian tourists to enter the country since early 2024 amid warming ties between the two nations. It was only in August last year that North Korea allowed the return of citizens who were locked out because of border controls, one of the last few countries to do so. Chinese authorities have called for gig workers to be treated with kindness after videos of a delivery rider kneeling before a security guard led to protests by dozens of riders. Guards stopped the rider from leaving a building in Hangzhou on Monday, saying the damaged railings while scaling them during a rushed delivery pleaded to be let go, the city's police said in a statement. The incident sparked outrage online, with many urging better protections for workers in the industry. Some 12 million people work as delivery riders in China, and the pandemic has fueled explosive growth in the sector. The incident on Monday drew huge crowds of angry delivery riders to the building in downtown Hangzhou, leading the police to dispatch dozens of officers to manage the situation, including from the Special Weapons and Tactics team. Videos shared on social media showed the riders chanting apologies, apologies. At one point, they started belting out China's national anthem. Hangzhou police issued a statement on Tuesday, urging the public to stay calm and seek to understand one another. Meituan, the delivery platform that the rider in question was working for, said it will take thorough responsibility to look into whether he was treated unfairly and ensure its delivery riders are properly protected. The platform added that it has paid to repair the broken railings. Hashtags related to the incident have clocked up hundreds of millions of views on micro-blogging platform Weibo in the last few days. Some users condemned the security guards' bullying tactics, while others acknowledged that the rider